Okay. Hi.
Hi, Jane. Welcome to Naijha Speaks. How are we doing there?
I am doing great, and I have been on the phone because we're in the process of rescuing chickens. So if it's not an emergency, can I call you back after this live? Who's this? Okay. Okay, I'll call you back. I'll call you right back, okay? Okay, that's a sanctuary. We've been in the process today of trying to rescue some chickens from a farm. And all I can tell you is that we can't identify anything except that a farmer's giving purportedly 200 chickens, and we've been working all day, mobilizing rapidly to get sanctuaries, to get trucks to pick them up. And that rescue is in progress. We will let you know when we find out if it's successful.
Okay, well, I'm sending blessings and prayers your way that it is a successful rescue.
Yes.
You're doing great work.
Thank you. You too. It's a team effort, right? Right, Rico?
Yes, absolutely.
And this is my little rescue, Rico, and he was my mother's dog. My mother started me on animal activism, and she lived to 99 and a half. And
wow.
She was sharp as a tack till the day before she died. She was watching Greta Garbo and old movies on an iPad. She was totally sharp because she was plant-based.
Wow, that's what that plant-based life does to you. If you do it the right way, you can live to be 100, 110 even. Jane, you've had some major accomplishments, and your latest one is New Day, New Chef. Let's talk about that. What was the inspiration behind that?
Well, thank you, Naijha. And the inspiration behind it was that, I was left out of the Food Network's offices probably 25 years ago. I think me and many other vegans have tried to get advertiser-based television to cover vegan cooking. And of course, they're very reluctant because look at the advertisers: meat, dairy, and pharmaceuticals. The three things we wouldn't need if we went plant-based, because we'd be healthier and happier. We wouldn't be killing the animals, destroying the environment, yada, yada, yada. And of course, creating future pandemics.
Right.
Yeah, so that's one of the reasons I started Jane Unchained, which is something you're very involved in, and we're thrilled to have you as one of our anchors. And you're doing
I'm having a great time.
Job.
I'm having a great time.
You're so dynamic on camera, and I love it. I love who you're interviewing. I love your interviews. I love your energy. You're amazing. And so I was in the mainstream media for 38 years, and after I finally, I guess, retired in quotes, I left on great terms. I was at CNN Headline News, HLN. I had my own show where I did an animal segment once a week. And I just asked them for my social media, and they said, sure. And so I started Jane Unchained. And I basically was using my journalistic skills to do reporting on animal issues that is not covered in the mainstream media and putting it out on social media. And that led to a whole bunch of contributors because I couldn't do it alone. And then when Facebook Live came along, we actually, I was just going live at a cookout I was having, a vegan cookout, and everybody was really, I just want to see if the live signal worked on my deck. And everybody was so responsive, like, what vegan burgers are you eating? And what's on this? And I thought, wow, this is really getting some traction. So we started Lunch Break Live. So every day since we found out that Facebook had live, which was, I don't know, 4 years ago, I'm hearing something back, a little feedback. But in any case, it's like a hum. It's like a meditation.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
The cleaner we have someone.
Sometimes. Well, it's always good to stay. Now in this pandemic time, we have to stay clean. I sweep up every night because my dogs make them. They're scattering food. It's funny. They sometimes take food. Like I try to feed them something like a chickpea or something really healthy. I mean, they're eating plant-based, but and they'll spit those pinto beans and those chickpeas across the room. It's hysterical.
Right.
But in any case, so we decided to start Lunch Break Live. And so every day since Facebook Live came along, we have done a Lunch Break Live at 12:30 Pacific, 3:30 Eastern, every single day. We do not miss a day. Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year's Eve, July 4th, we always go live.
There's some amazing lives. Land of Kush has also been on them. I have a good time when I'm on there, and you have some amazing contributors with that.
Yeah, and it's super fun, right? It's fun. It's fun to do. And so what happened was I did a documentary through Jane Unchained called Countdown to Year Zero, where we profile the work of Dr. Silas Rao, who is a systems analyst who he has a plan to create a vegan world by 2026. He's a genius. So watch Countdown to Year Zero on Amazon.
I've seen it. I've seen it. It was like watching The Day After Tomorrow.
And then, due to my dear friend, Gianna Simone, who's a wonderful vegan actress here in LA, she introduced me to the gentleman who was the Amazon distributor who got that on. And I was just talking to him, and I was saying my dream was always to have a cooking show on TV, a vegan cooking show. And he said, he's Irish. He said, well, we can make that happen. So I was like, let's do it. So we got together through our nonprofit, raised some funds to rent a studio and do the entire New Day New Chef, which we did. It's on Amazon Prime, free for Prime members. And then we recently, during the pandemic, teamed up with Maggie Baird, who was the mother of Billie Eilish and Phineas. Billie Eilish, one of the most well-known musicians on the planet at this moment in time, along with her very brilliant brother, Phineas. And the whole family, they're vegans. Okay, so Maggie Baird had created this genius idea called Support and Feed, where in fact, I think you have a little graphic there. Okay, we did a show highlighting the work she's doing to feed the hungry children, seniors, people in homeless shelters, all sorts of people who are struggling now during this pandemic. But it also keeps vegan restaurants in business. So you donate to the vegan restaurants make the food, Support and Feed distributes the food.
Okay.
It's right now, it's happening in New York, LA, and Philly, but it can happen anywhere. She has a template for whoever wants to start a Support and Feed in their city. So we did a whole show about that. We highlighted some of the chefs that she's working with, including, you've got one, Angela Means. And you could show Angela, there she is. She is an incredible chef. She's the owner of Jackfruit Cafe in Santa Monica. She made on our show, which is New Day, New Chef Support and Feed edition. So if you go to Amazon, you just put in Support and Feed. She made fish cakes, PHIS, whatever, out of jackfruit. She's the jackfruit queen. By the way, you may recognize her. She is an actress from the hit movie Friday.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Felicia,
yes.
that coined the term, bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia. Everybody, yes, that's a classic.
Yeah, so
classic.
I've known Angela for quite a while, and she's a hoot and a holler, and we have so much fun together. Like when we get together, it's like two teenagers. But she is she's famous because that name, by Felicia, was based on her character. So she's morphed it into by flesh. By flesh.
Yes. Yes, we definitely got to promote that.
Yeah, so she cooks on the show. So I would just urge everybody, if you could put that Support and Feed up one more time, because I really
absolutely.
Thank you.
Support and Feed edition of New Day, New Chef.
Now,
and here we go. Not by Felicia. Hello, Felicia, with the Friday fish cakes.
Yeah. So if you go to Amazon, and it's free, if you're an Amazon Prime member, if not, it's like 99 cents. This is an educational thing, but it's a super fun show. And so she's one of the people that we feature, one of the featured chefs who's part of Support and Feed. So just go to Amazon Prime, put in Support and Feed. That's the easiest way.
Okay. I'm gonna put that in the comments. I wanted to show the 30-second promo that you had of New Day, New Chef. Okay. Yeah. You bear me one moment. We're going to share the screen and get that up.
Hi, I'm James Les Mitchell. Check out New Day, New Chef. This is a cooking show unlike any you have ever seen before. Fabulous fun recipes. That are super healthy too. See you there.
Awesome. I saw the episode with Chef Babette, and oh yeah, the pizza. Well, pizza is my favorite. So, I'm a New Yorker, so pizza was a big thing. And I enjoyed. Yeah. I was born on the Lower East Side and grew up in the Bronx. So that New York City pizza was something. But Chef Babette showed the superfood way to do it, and I was very impressed. And she put all the things that I like in a pizza. So I learned a lot, and I have to try it out here. And then the deviled eggs, definitely something that I can try out with my daughter. So I'm looking forward to trying those. It was a great show, great presentation. I like how you had the guests choose between the 3 options, bringing it to a party or making it. I think it's great. You have 8 episodes.
Make it at home, make it in 10, and bring it to a party. And we had some laughs because a couple of times people go, I can make it in 10, and the recipe calls for 45 minutes in the oven. So we had some chuckles over that. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And one of the best parts for me is that anytime anybody uses a blender or any kind of automatic batter, we have to do a blender dance. And some of the most fun aspects of the show are people blender dancing because they get into it and they get really carried away.
It looks like you all were having a great time. I felt like I was there on the set with everyone, and it was humor. And we definitely need a good vegan cooking show. So, folks, this is the show, New Day, New Chef, on Amazon Prime. I'm telling you, I have to watch all the episodes. I gravitated toward the pizza show and the deviled eggs because those are my favorites. So,
when the deviled egg segment was done, and then it was Erin Riley Carrasco, who's one of our contributors, who started handing them out. She literally just moved the tray, and they were gone. And everybody was like, wait, where? People grabbed them. They are so much like eggs. And basically what she does is she takes those little russet potatoes and she carves them out. And then they don't have the peel, so they look like eggs. And then she uses, it's unbelievable.
No, I can't wait to try it. Like that looks like the easiest recipe to try. So I have to try that one. And what was that? The Calamac, I forgot what it was called, the egg tasting type stuff. Yes.
Black salt, but black salt. That's black salt.
I am okay. Someone said she uses Calamac. That's what it was.
Calamac. There's a different name for it. Yeah.
Awesome. It's great. I want to go through all the episodes. So it was a great idea to do that. How is it being received? So you have the 8 episodes right now. What's been the feedback?
Everybody loved it. I believe it was the 4th most watched cooking show on Amazon Prime at one point, which is a tremendous accomplishment for us just putting it out for the first time. And so that's very, very encouraging. And then our new special edition, the Support and Feed edition. So if you want to watch that, which I hope you do, just go to Support and Feed. And that, believe it or not, a lot of things shut down during the COVID. I mean, Hollywood came to a crashing standstill. You're going to have love scenes where people are making out when there's a cone? No. So a lot of things you see these commercials where it's just people on Zoom making fun of Zoom callers, right? And Zoom meetings. So what we did, again, Eamon McChrystal, who's our great executive producer who really put this together, he's brilliant, and he's an Emmy-winning producer. He said, Jane, we're going to do it. We're just going to do it with robotic cameras. So I'm sitting right here where I am, and then we have a whole bunch of celebrities who were sitting remotely in their homes. And then we got 6 robotic cameras in the studio. It was a contactless event where the chef would come in with their bag of stuff, and there were instructions: put it here, put it there, put it there. And there was a split screen, just like you're looking at here, where there was a big monitor where the chef could see us asking questions.
Okay.
So, it was unbelievable. Like technologically, I felt like I was on a NASA launch, and it turned out great. And so the third episode is going to drop anytime now. And so right now we have Ron Russell of Sun Cafe and Angela Means of Jackfruit Cafe. And then we're going to have PBJLA, the young lady, Hannah. I think her name is Lenyard. She's with Peanut Butter and Jelly LA. That's in Market, downtown LA. And she makes a peanut butter and jelly sandwich that is like, whoa, it's like a work of art. It's cray how.
Get out of here.
Oh, I'm telling you. So she uses a marshmallow fluff using agua faba from chickpeas to make the marshmallow without eggs.
All right. That sounds good.
It's really something.
A
so
kid's favorite and an adult's favorite. Someone said do a segment from Kush.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Well, listen, we want to keep this going. So if everyone watches, we can keep it going.
So everybody has to watch.
Yeah.
New chef, and then the let me put that up again.
Please do. There it is. Just put in support and feed. It's quicker. If you just put in support and feed on your Amazon Prime, boom, it pops up. You don't even have to watch it on TV. You can watch it right on your computer. And you know what? I'll put up.
That's what I did. Right on my laptop. Yeah, it's real simple.
And there it is. Yeah. Oh, should I tell you about something else we're doing?
Yes, please. That's what you're taking all the questions. I was going to ask about the next upcoming projects. I know you rolling. Yeah, I know you're always rolling.
Said, will you just stop talking?
Oh, you sound like my husband. You sound like that's what my husband would say.
Yeah. That was before I came out. So yes. Okay. That's all right. We're friends. But the point is that we have another exciting project at Jane Unchained.
Okay.
Plant-based neighbor.
Yes. We all signed up for the plant-based neighbor, the app. Plant-based neighbor. I'm putting that in.
Yeah, right now it's a website while we work out the kinks. You know, the software designer is looking at everybody who signs up and says, okay, they have a trouble here, they have trouble there. He's trying to make it simpler and simpler and simpler and add a bunch of bells and whistles so that by the time it becomes an official app, which is going to be soon, that it's going to be, just clean as a whistle, operating at top notch. But this is beta testing.
But people can sign up at plantbasedneighbor.com, right?
Yeah, sign up. Absolutely free. And we've got some very exciting things that are going to be happening. We've got some giveaways. So sign up so you can take advantage of the giveaways down the road.
Plantbasedneighbor.com.
Yeah.
Love it. And we talked about it being similar to like your neighbor app, but plant-based.
I want to say it's not like Nextdoor because vegans are not like
No, we have to stand out in everything that we do.
We have to be different.
Exactly. We're having a great time. I definitely appreciate you allowing me to use your platform for my discussions on Naijha Speaks. So
I am so excited to have you. And you make us coast to coast in terms of our anchor teams. And what you bring to the table is just such a great perspective, and you're fun too. You're fun. Part of it is, and I've been talking to people, we had a Zoom meeting recently, is, we live in a short attention span society. If you don't hit them right away, boom, they're gone.
Right. You see, I have no bios anymore, right? No more.
Yeah. It's like,
reading the bio.
I always say, it's like when you go to a gala or something, and somebody gets up with a big sheaf of paper like this, and you go, "Oi, no!"
It's all learning. Yeah. I love it. I love the feedback. I'm just one of those people. Like, I appreciate the feedback, and that's what's going to help me grow. Yeah. So once you said that, it was done. Like right in there. Like, cool. Yeah, let's have fun with this. Yeah. But I'm gonna show my videos. I got to show the videos because people have to see. Yeah, I just love that. It gives people the idea of what we're getting into. What else, Jane? What else is going on in your world?
How is Land of Kush? How are you doing with this virus, which came from the abuse of animals? This is why we have to support, and feed, and support the TV show, and support and feed, because we want all the other restaurants to go out of business. that are serving animals or switch to vegan, but we don't want our vegan restaurants to go under.
Right. No, out here, a couple of vegan restaurants that go out of business. I think what Land of Kush advantage was, and I think has always been, is we built a strong brand from the beginning. So we opened up during the financial mortgage crisis, where people thought we were crazy for leaving our cushy jobs with great benefits and good pay. So we've always been at this edge of, okay, we're gonna take it like the market, buy low and sell high. So in this case, we just were proactive. I didn't pull back on marketing. I just kept marketing. We have a nice customer database. We just let everybody know we were open, and I took to social media ads. We're here. This is what we're doing. Come in. It's carry out, delivery, and then we actually streamlined our systems to kind of offset those commission costs. So of course we got hit with a lot of commissions by using delivery platforms.
Oh yeah.
But during that process, I was researching ways we can implement new systems so we can cut back on that. So we have a brand new website, landofkush.com. So if you're in the Baltimore area, go to that site and it's order online, and it goes straight to our website, and we can do pickup and delivery right through there. You don't have to go through Grubhub and Uber Eats and all those other carriers. You go right through there, and we'll take care of you.
I wish I could order. I'm here in LA. I wish I could order. Now, what does the word Kush stem from? Is it that you left your cushy jobs?
Oh, it could be that. No, my husband Greg studies the African diaspora, and what people really don't understand with Black history is that there was an ancient Black history, and Kush was a very powerful civilization in Ethiopia. So when people ask that question about what is Kush, because they think of it of a lot of different terms, as you can imagine, then we're able to educate them on what Kush means. And we also found out that it means happy in India. A lot of Indian people name their children Kush because it means happy. So the land of happy. So, we'll stick to those terms, but the foundation is the ancient African civilization. And we're just trying to bring that to Baltimore in a modern sense.
Well, little Ethiopia here in LA has a lot of vegan restaurants. And Ethiopian cuisine is largely vegan by nature.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah. Ethiopian food. Love it.
There's a great Ethiopian restaurant here. I think, is it called Little Ethiopia? But it's 100% vegan. I've eaten there. They serve traditional style.
Love it. With your hands.
Yeah, there's a big bowl and everybody's sharing. And
I'm so into that.
When you come out here, you got to go. It's like, it's a whole little Ethiopia.
That's the first trip I'm going to make as soon as we get up out of here. I'm going back to LA.
Yeah.
I want to see
Going back to Cali.
Going back to Cali. Paige, how can people help right now? Are you saying for the Land of Kush? I mean, just support. Come and buy. Order something. Order online, buy gift cards. If you're in LA and you know friends in Baltimore, you can buy gift cards on the website and they can be emailed to your friends. So you can do all of that right on the website.
Yeah.
Landofkush.com.
Yeah. And Naijha, ask your other vegan peeps in Baltimore to sign up to plantbasedneighbor.com. Because it'd be good to have that community. You don't know what's going to happen when you're all together and communicating like that. For example, let me say a couple of things.
Sign up for plantbasedneighbor.com. All of my plant-based friends. Plantbasedneighbor.com, please.
Yeah. So I only know of 2 vegans in my neighborhood. So I asked one of them to sign up, and he did. And then he posted a video and said, "This is my favorite video of an animal rights protest." And it was really interesting. It was this guy leading, like it seemed like 1,000 people, and he was doing a rap, but there were these giant loudspeakers that were being carried along next to him. It was very dynamic. And I looked at that video, and then I started a conversation with him. His name is Jeff Fleiss. And I said, "Jeff, we should do a documentary together. You have such great footage." So that came out of Plant-Based Neighbor. If he hadn't posted that on Plant-Based Neighbor, I wouldn't have watched it. I wouldn't have thought, wow, that's really cool. I wouldn't have had that conversation. So you never know what's going to come up. But once we're over this, if we get over it, I hope we do.
We got to claim it. We got to claim that we're going to get over this.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Okay. You can use it for things like vegan block parties,
Okay.
sharing to veg fests, or
Right.
vegan restaurants.
Right.
So, just like the meat eaters have community, we can have community too.
Yes, and I like what you use as an example of building the relationships and future projects, because that's very, very important, because you never know who's living next door to you. So I love it. So plant-based neighbor,
Yeah.
everybody, Baltimore, not just Baltimore, around the country.
Yeah. Oh, it's past the U.S. now. We can do it globally.
Global.
I'm not sure like Russia or China, but I know that it can go. We've gotten some zip codes from other countries and it's working.
Okay. How about writing a powerful review for Support Feed New Day New Chef? Okay. Whoever's watching that or whoever's watched that, yes, a powerful review for Support Feed New Day. I'm going to be watching Felicia.
Oh, she's hilarious. I want to tell you what happened once with Angela. So I was involved in this project, which was really good. It's not a vegan project. It's like a self-growth workshop.
Okay.
And, of course, being a vegan, you always end up butting heads with people no matter what, because they're looking at it from just a carnist standpoint. So they're not, let's say, we're going to feed people, but we're going to feed people meat, things like that, right? And so you have to explain, look, that's not really helping the situation. It's because we feed people meat that we have hunger. Animals are the most inefficient food source. If you care about world hunger, if you care about starving children, don't boycott meat. Don't eat meat. Don't serve meat. It's part of the problem, not part of the solution. It's like serving alcohol to people who are alcoholics. It's not the answer. So anyway, we had this whole back and forth, and I'm sure you can relate, you and other vegans, where I became the angry vegan, but I was trying not to be angry. But anyway.
I don't argue with people because the mindset isn't there. I mean, you're talking about different mindsets. They have to be ready to accept that. I mean, you can say it, and as soon as it starts that conflict, it's kind of like, okay, today's not the day. But then sometimes it is the day. Sometimes it is the new day to start that.
Sometimes it is the new day to be the new chef on the block.
Exactly.
So, anyway, it all boiled down to this public school day, and there was a Laker coming, an LA Laker. And everybody was very excited. And so I was still kind of like, there's no vegan angle here, and I don't want to participate, because it was a group consensus kind of thing. So I called Angela, and I said, Angela, come on over with your food truck, because at that time she had a food truck. And I said, we're just going to just ambush this thing. We don't want to give an advance warning. You just show up with your food truck. She shows up with, actually, it was a friend's food truck. It was a vegan food truck. She goes in there. She engages with the Laker and his wife. She lures them to the food truck, and they spent an hour and a half eating vegan food at the food truck.
But that's how it happens, Jane. That's exactly how people talk all of this, blah, 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 and this and that. And then you come with the food, because it's happened to us numbers of times. People walking by talking a lot of smack. I don't know who would eat there. Well, Stevie Wonder's eating here. Angela Davis is eating here. You know what I'm saying? Danny Glover, the actor, is eating here. So now come on in and try some of this goodness. Exactly. So, and then they're like, wow, I would have never imagined. We didn't argue about it. We just said, come on in and you be the judge.
Exactly. But anyway, we had a good laugh over that one, because we stole the show.
I like to do that at health fairs, where it's supposed to be a health fair, but then you see all these hot dogs and candy and things like that. And then you got to come in there. It's like, no, stop the press. This is what the health food really is.
Exactly.
It's a pet peeve. You go to a health fair and they got hot dogs and candy and all type of craziness it's unhealthy.
It's insanity. It's like you go to a climate strike meeting, a climate march, and then they turn around and they're eating hamburgers and hot dogs. Luckily, the climate people are starting to change. I think Joaquin Phoenix has had a lot to do with that. His speeches at the SAG Awards and the Golden Globes and the Oscars, he really stuck his neck out there, and then he went to a vigil right after the SAG Awards. And I think that, he kind of laid down the line by talking about the impact of animal agriculture on climate change, and he was applauded. They didn't roll their eyes. So now it's incumbent upon every single environmental conservation, humanitarian, hunger group to go plant-based. And
But why does it take a celebrity like a Joaquin Phoenix to really drive a message like this for people to validate? Oh, okay, let's do this. Why? It's not just that. It's also when it comes to racial injustice in the vegan space. If someone of that caliber, celebrity status makes a statement, then it's like, oh, okay, I guess it's okay to do this. Why is that?
we live in a celebrity culture. It's a celebrity driven culture. And I think a lot of that has to do with media, and it can be a force for good and it can be a force for bad. So it's just like social media. People decry Facebook and they say, oh my God, Trump used it to get in the White House. Probably true. But the point is that it's also allowed us to get our word out. We're having a conversation on Facebook right now that we wouldn't be able to have at all because the mainstream media is not covering our movement at all, very rarely. And it's a crime, really, because animal agriculture is destroying our world. And as I made a point in my documentary, Countdown to Year Zero, we have until 2026 to transition to a primarily plant-based society, or we're going to have no wildlife vertebrates left on this planet. At the trajectory we're destroying them, destroying forests to create cattle grazing land. Since the first of the year, we have destroyed a size of the Amazon that's equivalent to 20 Manhattans.
Yes.
This is a crime. It is a crime. It's a crime against indigenous people. It's a crime against the animals who live there. It's a crime against every human being and every animal on this planet because it's destroying the climate. Trees absorb carbon. And if we cut down all the trees, we're not going to be able to absorb carbon. And that's going to accelerate the heating of the earth. And these idiots, excuse my French, who they're only going to see the next quarter profit, and they don't realize, I don't care how successful your business is. We're not going to have any business. We're not going to have nothing.
You're right about that. You're definitely, and yes,
the earth is too hot to support human life. Are you crazy?
And they don't get it. Yes, Tom, young people don't watch much television. They're mainly on the internet, and that's why this medium is so important. I don't remember the last time I watched television. Everything is on the Netflix or the Hulu or the Amazon. I really have to do some research to find out what's going on in mainstream media. I mean, to be honest. So yeah, we need to use these social media platforms. Jane, I appreciate you. I appreciate taking out your time to come talk with me and talk about the New Day, New Chef. Before we get off, what you said a lot of impressive, pressing things to the viewers. Before we leave off here, what message do you want to send to our viewers?
If you're pre-vegan, transition to plant-based for your own health, to stop future pandemics, to start to slow down climate change, habitat destruction, wildlife extinction, and human world hunger. And if you're already vegan, get active, become an activist. Every meal is a potential to share with somebody else. Every time you make a pretty dish, take a picture of it and put it on Instagram. Share out Naijha's great videos. Go to New Day, New Chef Support and Feed Edition and write a review. And that'll help the algorithms go higher so more people will see it. And, join Plant-Based Neighbor. In other words, if you're vegan, just being vegan, it's great. I applaud you, but it's not enough. We are literally barreling toward an ecological apocalypse. Not to mention the next pandemic that could come along down the pike. There's a swine flu in China right now that has pandemic potential, according to scientists. And we think that this is terrible. What's happening is terrible. And it's disproportionately affecting minority communities.
Yes, yes, indeed. And it's important for us to be plant-based. It's very important for us to be plant-based so we can boost the immune system, because this next wave, and again, is veganism the answer to stopping the pandemic or future pandemics?
Yes, because they're zoonotic diseases. They jump from animals to humans. And mostly it's in the process of catching them and killing them for food. But I think the most important thing for your fans and your viewers is let's stop. And I speak as a woman who's Puerto Rican. I'm also Irish, but let's stop supporting the forces that are oppressing us. If you look at where the fast food companies donate to, they donate very overwhelmingly to the administration that is basically misportraying, let's say, for example, the Black Lives Matter movement. Okay. So I always tell people, take the power back, and the power comes with money. And if you want to have incredible leverage, imagine if everybody who was a person of color stopped eating at any fast food restaurant.
Power.
Look at the power you would grab.
Yeah, we spend trillions of dollars. Yes, I got it in all caps. Stop supporting the forces that are oppressing us.
For example, I'm gay. Am I going to go to Chick-fil-A, which has a history of being homophobic? No.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So it's the same concept. You know, we can take the power back, and the power is the power of the purse. It really is.
And,
so,
yes.
and improve our health at the same time.
And improve our health. And Land of Kush is working towards actually disseminating that information to our communities, because a lot of times the mindset isn't even there yet. People are just trying to survive, and they're fighting each other in their hoods just to survive. So it is a process, and it takes individuals and organizations like Land of Kush and these grassroots organizations to go out and actually teach the community, like, hey, you have to look at what's going on and accept this, and we're here to help you make these type of decisions. So you're absolutely right.
Dr. Silas Rao, who is the subject of my documentary Countdown to Year Zero, and he's a systems analyst who was instrumental in the acceleration of the internet speeds. He's really quite brilliant. And what he said, I have to give him the credit for this. He said, they're factory farming us too. They want us to get sick, because then they can sell us the pills and do the operations.
Right. Well, yeah, so, Baltimore's known for that. You know, the Heretta Lack story, if no one knows. But you know, that's a whole another thing. Do you
think the heads of these fast food corporations eat their own food?
I doubt it.
Not. They have their private chefs. They're practically vegan.
Right. Yeah. No, you speak a lot of truth, Jane. You speak a lot of truth. And it is an important initiative, and we have a ways to go. Really. We just got to put in the work.
The last thing I'll say is that we're part of a boycott meat movement. And I know you had been willing with your organization, your Vegan Maryland organization, Naijha, to join. And I'd love to feature you next Monday if you want to join us, because we're doing a whole boycott meat campaign, because slaughterhouses are hot spots of COVID-19, one of the major hotspots, along with nursing homes and prisons. And slaughterhouse workers are dying. According to the Midwest Center for Investigative Reporting, 95 slaughterhouse workers have died, at least connected people tied to the slaughterhouse. So it could be a relative of a slaughterhouse worker, et cetera, but it's people tied. And so you're really kind of, also, anybody who's a humanitarian, when you're buying animals, you could be co-signing the death of a worker. It's not essential.
Right. Are we just signing on? Because I know you had a call Monday, and I saw a group of people. You had Vegan Outreach, and Gwenna was on there. So, so we just jump on? Or how does that work?
I will send you an invite, and I would love to add your organization to the coalition. It's tell us, it's the Maryland
Black Veg Society of Maryland.
Black Society of Maryland. So we'll reach out to you, and we can have you on this coming Monday.
Awesome. Send it to me, and let's talk about that. Absolutely. I'd love to talk about it. Absolutely. It's been great, Jane. Again, thanks, Paige. If it wasn't for Paige coming down to Land of Kush and finding out all of this goodness that's going on down here in Baltimore, we would have never connected. So I appreciate it. I'm having a good time, and looking forward to more live broadcasts with fabulous guests such as Jane Velez Mitchell, everyone. New Day, New Chef, the support edition. I want to make sure I got that right.
Feed.
Support.
Yeah.
Let me just show. We gotta show
Sure.
the picture. That's what
No
it's for.
problem.
The
Just
support
call
and
it support
feed
and feed. That's all you have to put it. Support and feed, and it comes right up.
boycott meat.
Yeah.
All right, all of that and support Lane the Kush. Give a review, and I know Paige, you said review on Yelp. Do it on Google. We love Google.
All right. I love it. I love it.
Shane,
Thank you,
I'll
darling.
talk to you on Monday.
Talk to you soon. Yeah. See you Monday.
All right. Good night, everyone.